plays games with Steve
and Angel. Welcome back, everybody. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes.
Hi, I'm Ron the Delite. Last time, I panicked and hid the body in the safe.
So what are you guys emulating there when you do that?
I was trying to go for the Sonic Adventure thing.
Oh, yeah, how they, like, the recap.
Or Dragon Ball, you know, something like that.
Oh, I thought, like, you know, because you were, like, PBS, like, brain, I thought you were doing, like, coming today on Channel Chasers or whatever. I don't know.
Oh,
You mean Cyber Chase?
Cyber Chase.
Channel Chase.
But Channel Chasers was the Fairly Odd Parents movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, Nonda. Sorry, that's me doing the Japanese Dragon Ball narrator. Anyway, why did you hide the body in the safe anyway?
Doshite. Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer.
That's not exactly what I meant.
When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it.
Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes?
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it?
Under those circumstances? What circumstance? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were?
That's it! I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence!
Wow, just spell it out for me. We heard this from Mr. Delite yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in this testimony either.
I bet she's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him.
I just hope it doesn't make things any more complicated. Well, when it came to Mr. Bullet, I had been killed if I wasn't wearing my costume. When I came to, he was dead. I panicked and hit. Okay, and it took about. So that's the weird thing. 10 minutes. Connected to the basement. There is no fingerprints on it. That's this heist thing. Blunt trauma. Wait, where's the one about the record? Buzzer record. The buzzer went off once at 102. From Aston's second hide, he was stealing as directed by the blackmail. This is about the. This is all about the new stuff. Okay. So it's weird. 10 minutes. The buzzer went off once at 102. It would be weird if he stuck around for 10 minutes after the buzzer went off, because then someone would probably try to come get him. I panicked and hit the body. Well, that's my reasoning. I don't know if it's jumping ahead to be like, oh, but this buzzer record, or the buzzer connected to the basement. This connected to the basement. Oh, there are no fingerprints on it. Found in the CEO's office. Demands heist. No, that's a testimony. The buzzer went off once. Okay. I'm gonna present dish.
Objection! Yes!
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Yes!
Yes, you're not ahead. That is exactly right.
I feel like I always am like, oh, is there more connective tissue that I need to point out first? It's
you're
like,
right.
I don't
The
know.
buzzer went off. Why would he be there for 10 minutes?
Okay.
You're good.
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron Delite truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Objection! Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building.
Objection! Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
Objection! But as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser
Yeah.
who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend
And has no friends.
and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delite could have known.
Objection! Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delite didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
Objection! This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Fine. Let's hear your theory.
Remember the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delite said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
Unconscious? So he fainted?
That's why Mr. Delite didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delite was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right. Whoever it was knocked out Ron Delite and then pressed the buzzer. That was my moment.
Order in the court! Mr. Wright, this is...
Objection! This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delite is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Objection! Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was... The victim, of course. The victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene. But how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer?
That it wasn't Kane Bullard.
Also, it was funny
Okay.
before when you presented the record. You could have also presented the buzzer. It would have gotten you at the same place. So
Oh my
Sometimes they give it to
god! I
Yeah.
wish there was
I think
always
the
a...
buzzer record that makes more
Buzzer
sense.
record makes way more sense, I think.
Okay. Prove that it was okay. That it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer. Oh, because there was no. Wait, hold on. Connected to the basement. There are no fingerprints on it at all. I can prove it, all right.
I can prove it all right, bitch.
Defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer.
Ugh. Eh.
Take that. I believe this is the piece of
Incontrovertible.
it was like, this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
I was trying to do my word a day thesaurus thing, and I fucked it up.
The emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it? A blue paw print?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. At least draw it in your handy-dandy notebook.
The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Objection!
Ron
Delite obviously wiped them off.
Objection! Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button. I know he did.
Objection! The defendant, Mr. Delite, was dressed as Mask to Mask. And Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of his fingerprints?
Order, order, order!
It would seem I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. Is that like a saying, to eat crow?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of that until like fucking Wendy Williams started saying it. She was like, I think it was like Kanye West and what's her face, like they were getting married and like, I don't think this is gonna last. If this lasts like 5 more months, and I'm gonna eat crow. And then it did, and then she ate crow on the show.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah, she did.
Damn. I want to try crow.
Yeah.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene,
I don't know if I should eat crow. It's like, they're as smart as an 8-year-old.
Well, then it's brain food.
like pigs are really smart too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger?
Well,
What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're on to you, Nick.
Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delite just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delite and then sounded the buzzer.
pause. Plug it in. This is not plugged in. So, funnily enough, we the laptop we're recording on did a low battery thing, and we were like, "Oh shit!" Like and this sound was playing, so it was perfect. Anyway, continue.
The killer clobbered Mr. Delite and then sounded the buzzer.
Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed.
Security was supposed to respond?
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well then.
Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
They didn't mean to find out what to call the security guard.
The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up.
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in?
No, I'm not. When that button... Oh, yes?
No, just like the long shake. No, I'm not.
No, I'm
I
not.
was ready to be like, no, stupid.
What? No, man, they're not. What?
No. Man, what?
No.
The plants are killing people? Anyway.
Well, evil wind. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delite, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer,
Purple guy.
carbon monoxide.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delite.
And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer.
Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delite for the murder.
So you should do actual spit takes whenever he does that.
Yeah, I'll aim at you guys.
Order, order, order!
It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. I'll eat crow.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait. Oh, wait a second. I'm the one and only Miss so... Nick, you mean the real killer is...
We're going to drag that person in here right now.
But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delite's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delite for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
It's basically the Phoenix Wright Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I...
Come on.
Wanna say it's...
Take that! Naturally, the true culprit was none other than Ron Delite's wife, Desiree.
What? Why, that's simply...
Mr. Wright, have you gone insane?
Objection! Aren't you forgetting something, Mr. Trite?
The four of us.
Excuse me?
Where was Desiree Delite at 1 a.m. that night?
That's right. She was at the police station for almost the entire night.
She was being questioned after being stopped for reckless riding. I have a record of it here.
I forgot all about that.
It seems that senility may be setting in early for you, Angel Lorenzana.
Wow, okay. Don't fucking my whole government name, all right?
Is your name actually private?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
I was like, what? It's on social media.
No, it's fine, yeah. No, I'm a public figure. It's fine.
Yeah.
Talk about things you never want to hear this judge say to you. Your full birth name.
Yeah.
Looks like you better think again. Well, damn, I thought it was supposed to parallel the first case.
It's the parallel the first case?
Yeah, it's like, oh, like you're being put on trial and you're being framed, and then it's actually the love of your life.
But
it's funny, when I originally played this game way back in
did you make the same mistake?
2008, I was very suspicious of Desiree. But I forget when I kind of dropped it. I think because at first I'm like, no, she seems too perfect.
Yeah.
She's supportive, and she's cool.
It could be a facade.
And she's pretty.
So before you do your next accusation, what do you think? Well, you can go through it.
Who was it that framed blah, 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 blah? I mean, obviously it was Mia Faye.
It was your wife, Desiree Delite. No, it couldn't have been Desi. Please.
That was Larry Butts. Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, I thought it could have been, might have been him, Kane Bullard. Like he had like all this data on him.
Kane Bullard's sprite also looks like they just drew one half.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Mr. Simmons
It's like a butterfly.
Kane Butterfly.
Yeah.
Who was it that framed Mr. Delite for the murder of Kane Bullard? Maybe originally he wanted to frame him, get him killed, but then it went south because he had like
Please don't present unless you check with us. So
Okay,
you're saying Kane Bullard framed Ron Delite for his own murder?
well, so
And not to hold your hand, but you sometimes forget what Phoenix and Maya say right before this.
Oh.
Phoenix is like, I gotta drag this person into court.
Oh, okay.
All right, so go to the cemetery.
Right. Yeah.
Just bring in his court.
Bring him to life!
Okay. Yeah, see, I forgot about that part. But my idea was that like originally it was his plan, like he sent the blackmail letter and that he was gonna have him framed, but it was all a facade and like maybe it went south and like the third person party that was supposed to make sure everything went right was like, oh, I'm gonna take advantage and kill him myself or whatever.
Well, so here's the thing: you're kind of thinking about that scenario, but we right now we are accusing someone who Someone killed Kane Bullard.
Yeah.
And then framed Ron Delite.
Yes.
Who is that person?
Right. Okay. I just wanted to, I don't know, explain my reasoning why I was thinking that. Sure. And I didn't present it anyway, so that's fine. Someone that we can drag over. Mask to mask. I mean, the only other person I can think of, just like process of elimination. I really don't think it's Larry Butts. But I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, you're hoping for that heel turn, huh?
I mean, that would be crazy, and also be a reason to never see him ever again. Adrian, I don't think it was Adrian.
No.
I think guess it might have been Luke at me, but like, how is he there in two places at once? That's crazy. Well, the other person was dressed up. You know, and I'll say it's him.
Take that! Detective Luke at me. He's the only one who could have done it. You hear that, Angel?
Ace Detective.
Luke at me.
You mean Mask to Mask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask to Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
Oh.
Order, order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder. Which is more serious crime? Which is the more serious crime?
Well, who's being killed? Is it Hitler? Well, they're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would.
I'll do it in real... Oh, never mind.
When Luke at me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom.
Of course. The famous detective was unmasked as, well, as Mask to Mask.
Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty?
Mask to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lord Lee Taylor. In other words... this made me think I was playing the wrong game for a moment. Being found guilty as Mask to Mask was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
A guilty verdict as an alibi?
Interesting.
You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delite would be left with no grounds for appeal. And it'd be really embarrassing.
Am I really sure about this?
A bet's only good when your life's the ante.
Mr. Wright, I believe in you.
Mr. Delite.
Even though you accused my wife of murder.
So, please, I'm begging you.
Thanks. But my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. Are you on an airplane again?
Yep.
What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice. It sounds like, turn to my right. No,
Kane Bullard!
Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess.
Ha! So that's your answer, huh?
Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess as well. Mr. Wright, when we return, Please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh.
Well, Sir Detective Atme. I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atme, you were the one who...
That's enough.
Oh my god.
This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant, Luke Atme. Hold it! Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please!
Well, well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom.
Who's this hoser, eh?
Oh my god.
Angel, you take it.
My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme.
Accusation? You accuse Mask to Mask?
That man is not Mask to Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What?
I'm Will sopping with sweat.
To be continued.
To be continued. I wish they showed the defense attorney.
Yeah, well, use your imagination.
It was, yeah. Everyone, who do you? What's your fan name for that defense attorney?
Leave your comments in the comments below.
Yeah.
Where else
In
would
the
they put
comment
that?
section. In the comment zone.
The comment zone.
The comment corner. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.